exclusive from the Start Trade Times.
Hi everybody, welcome to the news exclusive from the Start Media Group. On Tuesday, February 22nd, the fleet visibility and fleet management platform Fleetex announced that it has raised $19.4 million in a Series B funding led by India's biggest B2B online marketplace, IndiaMart, with existing investors India Quotient and BNext also participating in it. Logistics and supply chain at a large historically has been running on many manual processes, including the old systems, the spreadsheets, with no real-time visibility into it. Now, particularly after the government efforts, rise of e-commerce and COVID-19 pandemic, the supply chain visibility has become an important subject for many Indian enterprises and fleet owners. Fleetex is a very interesting logistics tech company that Start Media Group has been following ever since they started in 2017. Fleetex not only provides real-time visibility in the supply chain to enterprises, it also helps fleet owners to reduce operations cost and improve vehicle utilization using the power of Internet of Things and data analytics. Vinit Sharma, co-founder and the chief executive officer of Fleetex, joined us recently to discuss his plans, how to use his fund, and what onboarding IndiaMart means to him. Let's ask him what Fleetex will do with this $19.4 million funding led by IndiaMart. Vinit, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us, what does the fundraising really mean to you?
This fundraise gives us the significant fuel this time, right? So far, I think before this fundraise, we have raised funds in small chunks, and we were still trying to execute a lot of things there, right? But still we were trying to hold back ourselves earlier, right? But now I think we have significant, you can say, fuel to execute our plans. We will try to obviously double down on the product expansion, which is one of our strengths, and obviously figuring out and maybe scale our GTM capabilities as well, right? And obviously this is just one part of building the business. Fundraise does not mean any success overall, right? It is something, I think the more important thing is that how do you execute, how do you utilize this fundraise, how do you build you can say team and execute things on the ground. So I think we are going to focus on that. We are going to focus on building the culture of, you can say, inclusivity and maybe customer driven or maybe customer focused innovation.
Vinny, what does IndiaMart, one of India's biggest B2B online marketplace, investing in Fleetex really mean to you?
We are very excited onboarding IndiaMart as partner in our journey, right? Especially the founders, Dinesh ji and Rajesh ji, right? I think they were the first, you can say, guys in the tech ecosystem, or maybe the second one after InfoEdge, who have gone to the IPO, right? And they have built the business over the, you can say, last two decades, right? In a way, in a more sustainable, in a more profitable way of building the business. They have actually shown the ecosystem that a profitable business can be built in the Indian market, and they are the largest B2B marketplace, you can say, in India, right? And I think they know how to build out, or maybe how to focus on the fundamentals, and I think we are looking forward to, you can say, learn, you can say, some of those things from them, and maybe work under their guidance, and maybe you can say hit the IPO in next, you can say, 3-4 years, maybe. That ultimately that will be the goal, to build a great company, right, to become profitable, talking about unit economics, how to, you can say, improve the margins, etc., right? So those are the good things I think we are looking to, you can say, learn from them, right? Maybe continue focus on those things, right? And then obviously scale the business in terms of, you can say, new customers acquisition, new way of the product building, etc.
Tell me how Fleetex will fit into the IndiaMart ecosystem.
Going forward, they are also trying to build the ecosystem of the logistics, or maybe the software companies, right, which can help the different businesses, right, and create a, you can say, a platform where, you can say, kind of a software platform where people can choose whether it's a, you can say, financial, you can say, companies which they have invested in, or maybe some of the logistic companies they have invested in, mostly around the businesses, the SMBs, the mid-sized customers in India, right, who have different needs for their day-to-day, you can say, operation solving, right? So I think they are trying to build that ecosystem, and we fit in as far as the logistic and transportation is concerned.
You have already expressed that talent acquisition as one of your intentions right after the funding. Vineet, who are the people that you would like to hire and to what ranks?
One of the biggest challenge after this fundraise is to hire people, right? That, and especially in the current scenario where a lot of companies are actually paying, you can say, good salaries, right? Or maybe good compensation, good structure overall, right? To the good talents, right? So retain them. And obviously this fundraise will help us, you can say, create that buzz that, okay, we are a good company, we are good in terms of financial health, right? And people can still, you can say, try, and I mean they can consider us as a potential, you can say company to work with. And obviously our focus on the product and tech, we will try to attract, you can say, talent around that as well, that we work on new cutting edge technologies, and there's a lot of learning opportunities for the, you can say, young engineers to join us and maybe break things and fail fast, right? Or whatever they want to do, right? But apart from that, I think we are planning to also build our middle layer, or maybe the next leadership team, right? Or maybe increase our leadership people in different functions, right? So right there, from sales to, you can say, product and tech, you can say HR, finance, international expansion, etc. So that is the plan, that way we want to hire good people, good talent.
Tell me how you want to enhance your product and technology after this funding.
We are sitting on a very huge amount of data so far, right? So many vehicles giving us the data about their jobs and dispatches, the shipments, right? Different transporters running with, you can say, different consigners, different KPIs. So I think it's a huge data on which we are sitting on. And there are already 4 to 5 use cases which we have identified, which can be built as an industry first use cases using the machine learning and AI, right? Which we are going to work on. So obviously 10% of the overall product and engineering cost is going to be in the research and development, right? So far we were not focusing on that much, but I think now we are, you can say, at the right time, right stage, where we are going to focus a lot on the new use cases, new problems, or maybe there's something new in the industry which we can actually provide to the customers.
Vineet, what are your expansion plans?
Majority of our revenue was coming from India. So obviously scale the GTM in India with a new, you can say, obviously increase the people on the ground, maybe in the sales team, right? Hire more AEs, SDRs, lead generation team, focus on that, right? Build processes around it. And then obviously identify a few new geographies as well, where we believe that our current product, or maybe a part of our product, can be, you can say, can help us penetrate those geographies which are large, which are very similar to India, mostly, let's say, developing countries like Africa, Southeast Asia, you can say Middle East, etc., a part of Middle East, where there is still a lack of technology penetration, a large logistic cost, right? People are looking for, you can say, digitization in this industry. And we, as a, you can say, logistic tech platform, right, which can help both fleet owners as well as industries to digitize their operations, right? We can be there and maybe acquire some of the customers. We have already started doing that since last quarter. We just want to figure out that where to double down, right? So maybe in next couple of quarters, we will get to know, you can say, which are the geographies we are going to target, and how to scale those geographies.
Vineet, can we expect any big announcements very soon?
We will have, obviously, we will plan to have more PRs around the product, around the new hires, right? Potentially, maybe you can say a couple of good companies we can see synergies, and maybe we can look for, you can say, kind of hire them, or maybe acquisition of those companies as well, if we see a clear synergies working together, right? And even you can say in terms of product, as soon as we will launch or maybe acquire some of the new customers also, which we have onboarded, we may do PR with them as well. These are the large customers which we are onboarding, right, with good names, good brands, right? So case studies. So we are going to have a lot of PRs in the coming quarter.
Which are the types of companies that you want to acquire or acquire?
Where we see a good team, right, in terms of logistics and transportation, and they are actually focusing on a, you can say, some problem which we are not yet solving, or maybe we see a lot of customer asking for those things as well, right? Could be pure software companies. So we'll focus on the software companies only. We are not getting into the, you can say, handling of the logistics or maybe marketplaces. That's not our cup of tea as of now, right? But obviously, SaaS-based software companies where we see synergies, where they can fit in into our product, or maybe have good, you can say, skill sets within the team, right? We can actually look at them.
Vineet, can you tell me where Fleetex is really heading right now?
We want to own the logistic supply chain as far as the transporter fleet or maybe vehicle and the drivers are concerned, right? So for any stakeholder, whoever is looking to have visibility in their logistic and supply chain as far as the transportation is concerned, right? So we want to own that piece. So so in logistic and transportation, you have two pieces. One is planning, one is execution, right? So we want to own the execution part of things, right? For any stakeholders.
Congrats, Vineet, for the fundraise. Thank you so much for joining us today and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
For the latest news on air freight, keep visiting stattimes.com. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Visit and subscribe our YouTube channel for exclusive one-to-one interviews with global logistic leaders and for recordings of all our past webinars and virtual conferences.